talk about this camera. We're going to talk. But not now. A little bit later. In a few minutes, we will talk about this beautiful, beautiful camera. First of all, I want to, share some thoughts with you. When I go out, like for instance to a city or to have a walk in nature, there are two possibilities. I go out, or I go out to make pictures. If I go out to make pictures, lots of times I take beasts like this with me, and most of the times an additional lens with it, a tele lens or a wide angle lens, and I put those in my special photo bag. I take the photo bag and start walking. That is when the trip or the day out or the moment out is only for making pictures. But there are lots of times we go out to visit the city or walking nature, where that is just the goal of the whole enterprise. In those cases, I always take a foldable with me, foldable camera. So why? Well, because this camera I can put in my pocket. You can put it in a little bag. You don't need an extra bag or a special bag to carry it. It's light. This one has a nice lens. It gives very nice quality pictures. So when I go out, I take this one or similar with me. When I go out to make pictures, I take such a camera or similar with me with some extra lenses. What I like is the foldable cameras, especially old cameras. And I'm selling some Olympus cameras now just to make space and to fund the old folding cameras. Especially in the old folding cameras, I like the medium format. This is not a medium format, as you know. I will talk about this one later in another video. So medium formats. I really love the medium formats. You have them in all kinds of sizes and all kinds of brands with special lenses, etc. So, but what I do like about these medium format folding cameras, look at this. It fits in your hands. You can even slide it in your pocket, and you can put it in your bag and take it with you everywhere when you go out. Not to go out to make pictures, but when you go out, it's very easy to take a medium format with you as well, something like this. I like the older ones, especially cameras like this. If you look at it, it's like almost Art Nouveau, Art Deco style of manufacturing, of designing, always when I open these cameras, something happens to me. I love what you see then. It's the technique that comes out. It's the craftsmanship. Everything, I love it. I want to take you with this camera, this beautiful Zeiss Ikon camera, and open this front and hope you will experience the same as what I did. By the way, this camera is from 1926, so it's almost 100 years old. Don't forget it, almost 100 years old. So this is how you open it. Now look at that. Look at this. You open it and you see this. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Absolutely stunning what there is to be seen. Now, how to prepare this camera to make a picture? Well, this one, there are two little knobs here. I use one now because the other one is needed to grab the camera, or it still needs two. You take it out like this, and then your lens is ready to make pictures. This, my dear friends, is the viewfinder. This camera also has a waist viewfinder, and you can turn it so you can put the camera in different positions. But this is the viewfinder for taking, well, normal pictures. When you look at it, I mean, you know, I really, really love it how it looks. Now, let me show you some things how you operate this camera. I will turn it a little bit like this. First of all, there's here a switch. This switch is for the shutter speed, and it goes from 1 second to 250 of a second, which is for 1926 is this camera. You know, it is pretty achievement. You know, it's pretty fast for a camera this old. So here you put the shutter speed. Here is another dial with 3 positions. The M, that means that you can set the shutter speed here and the camera will fire according to the shutter speed. The D position here means it's a sort of B, sort of bulb. So you press the release, the shutter release, lens opens and it closes when you let go of the shutter release button. And you have the Z button, and with this position, in this position, with one click you open the lens, and with another click you close the lens again. Very, very, very funny. And here it comes. You know, I bought this on an auction site. It didn't look this good. I polished it. You know, I gave it some TLC, but no CLA. Oh, for God's sake, CLA! No. You know what they mean with the CLA, but nothing where it was needed. The only thing I did was I cleaned the lens, and it's very easy to clean. This one unit you can just screw it off, and it contains 2 lenses. The third lens is on the back. And that is a little bit funny how to come there for that lens, but I will show you later. So I cleaned the lenses, put them back in, and the lenses now are really fairly clean, considering this camera is almost 100 years old. It's really, really very clean. Now, let's see what happens if we cock the shutter. Like this, you cock the shutter, and the shutter release button is here. Almost 100 years old, my friends, almost 100 years old. The aperture, there is a little pointer here for the aperture, and at first I thought I have to put my finger and to set the aperture there, but no, you can set the aperture here. With this little knob you can adjust the aperture. Shutter speed you adjust here. Now you have the 2 most important things to adjust, except we also need to adjust the distance. And the distance you set here. There's here a little broken white scale and a little push button here. When you push it, you can adjust the distance. You just look at the scale and you say, okay, well, this is about 10 meters, and you set it to 10. Of course, it's zone metering, but look at it. Isn't it beautiful? And like this, it goes back again. Super, isn't it? The only thing I did with this camera are I made 2 adjustments. One, I put a little wrist strap on it for easy carrying. And the second thing is, on the back, there is this, normally this red window where you can see how many pictures you have taken. Well, this red thing didn't have any coverage here, so I bought this at AliExpress, this little thing you can put over it. It has a adhesive back, so you can glue it onto that red window, and now I am sure no light comes into that red area. Okay. Now, to load a film in this camera, that is something very, very peculiar. Well, I didn't know it. It's very new for me. Well, first let us see what's under it. Here is only one knob, and it goes only one direction, and you can see it's almost the Art Deco like arrow here pointed. You can only rotate it this direction, and with that you can forward the film, shut the cocker here, set the distance, set the aperture, and release the shutter, and there you go, there you have your picture. Now When you've taken your pictures and you want to put it away again, what you do is you first slide. I will demonstrate like this. You first slide this one back into the camera. Look how it fits, It's amazing to me. But anyway, you put it like this back into the camera, and then with this you can shut this little window again. Mind you, this is not only for decoration, so you can put the camera like this in standing position, but it also has a function, because when I do this and I click it like this, then this little lid is secured. You cannot open it anymore because it's secured with, only to open it I have to do this again. You can see here there's a little hook, and it grabs in here. So like this, put it back again like this. Okay. Now there's another thing with this camera that is not pretty standard, and that is how to load a film. To load the film, you must completely take out the back of the camera. There's a little knob here. Now the position is Z, and it's German for zu, that means closed. When I slide it this way, I can see the A, and that means auf, and open in German. Now, it's open now, and that means that I can simply take off. The best thing to do with this is just open this, so you do not have to force anything. Zo, deze even uithalen, een beetje klein stukje. Get it out a little bit. Okay. Now, okay. So this is where you load the film. I have 2 take-up spools now here, and it should be only one. Like this. You put the film in here. Let me see, like this. You close this little lid. The film is in here, and you wind it like this. So actually the film is here, and then you wind it like this forward to make your pictures. Now I told you about the back of the camera, because if you cannot open the back, how can you come to the back of the lens of the camera? At the back of the camera? Well, I will show you. First, let us put this back in. Look, even again, almost 100 years old, and it's still like it's left the factory just weeks ago or something. It's okay. Bottom is on it again. I will close now this camera and close this lid. Right. Close this one. Now it's very closed, and now we come to this part. On the back you find this, and it's very funny to see what happens next. So, if this here. Now, look here. This is a little knob, or whatever you want to call it. It is on the back of the camera. Normally there's film here, and here you can see the third lens element, because this camera has 3 lenses, and this is the third element, and it's also easy here to remove this lens. So when I got it, I cleaned everything. I put everything, I put in shoe polish, the leatherette. I cleaned the chrome. I retouched some small decorations here in black because they were gone, and I took out the lenses, and the last lens on the back you can take out by taking this first out, and then take the lens out and do the maintenance you want to do. And like this, you click it back on again. Now, to look how many pictures you've taken, like I said before, I've put this on the camera to prevent light coming to the red part, because there isn't any sliding door standard on it. Well, once loaded, you're pretty to go. You put this in your bag, and like I said before, you have really here, it's a portable medium format camera with a very decent lens. And I am curious what kind of quality photos it will make. I have ordered some film, so I will start using it shortly after this video when I have received the films. And then, well, when finished, I want to see if I can maybe adjust the video or somehow put the pictures in the comments. I don't know if YouTube gives that possibility, but you know, I can always try. Well, I hope I made you a little bit enthusiastic for these foldable, beautiful foldable cameras. By the way, I bought this for, okay, hold your horses, 30 euros, 30 euros in this condition. It's an absolute gem. And again, take this with you every time you go out. Enjoy the details like this, you know, the brands put in here. And here the small details on the leather. It's also a gem to take with you, and it doesn't weigh much, so you can put it easily in your pocket or your bag, and you always have a medium format camera with you. So that is how I make my pictures. I decide when I go out, do I go out to make pictures? No, I will take a camera, but I will take a folder with me. A decent folder that gives good quality pictures. If I go out to make pictures, I will take one of my SLRs with maybe a few extra lenses, because you never know what you might encounter. So this is a little bit insight on my buying up process for this camera, and some inside information about this camera. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions or remarks, please put them below, and I will try to answer them when I see your remarks or question. Thank you for watching again. Thank you.